I thought maybe I'd ask you about Syrian refugees and what we're seeing. My state of Michigan is a huge hub for those of Middle Eastern descent. There is some concern about the onslaught of refugees into our country, and I apologize if you've answered this question, but I'd like to ask you, what do we know? How do we vet these refugees coming to our country? Is there a way to do it that we can rely upon? My office does a lot of immigration work. We work with those who are attempting to immigrate legally every day, and we help them any way we can to try and jump through the hoops. It's very strange that we now have groups that are coming in the way they are, that really skip all those steps in between. So I'm just wondering if you could share with me what your experience is and what you know about the process.
Yeah, it's a process I describe as good news and bad news. The good news is we have gotten, as a country, an intelligence community in particular, much better at organizing ourselves so that we get a complete picture of what we know about somebody. We learned some lessons from Iraqi refugees 8 years ago or so, and so we've gotten better at querying our holdings. And so if there's a ripple this person has created in our pond, I'm confident that we will see it and be able to evaluate it. The bad news is we will have less data with respect to folks coming out of Syria than we did with respect to Iraq, because we don't have the U.S. Army presence and all of that would give us biometrics to query. So the risk is that someone who is a blank slate to us will be vetted by us in a process that's efficient and complete, but will show no sign of anything because they've never crossed our radar screen. That's why I describe it as a process that's gotten a lot better, but that we can't tell you is risk-free.
And as time goes on, the process that you are going through will be more apparent to the American people. I say that because there are a lot of folks in my state who are very concerned, and that level of unknown, of not understanding exactly the process, has caused a little panic across the district. And the more that we can hear, the more we understand what the process is. We remember the Iraqi refugees in the state of Michigan, especially in my area in southeast Michigan. So appreciate your ongoing communication on how that's going.